Before we get into the crux of the video and talk about Voltaic Strategic Resources and the share price rising 137% in one single day on May the 9th, the company went into a trading halt at 9:13 a.m. for a proposed capital raising. Now, I wasn't that shocked that the company is doing a capital raising. I'm a little bit shocked that they're doing it one day after a significant announcement and one day after share price rose 137% in one day. But this happens all the time, particularly for mining exploring companies who are burning through cash and more than likely will have to burn through a lot more cash before they get into production, if they ever do get into production. So these sort of companies will always raise capital. And the best time to raise capital is when the share price has risen suddenly, because you would want, as a shareholder, for this company to raise capital when the share price is, say, 6 or 8 cents compared to 2 cents, like it was before May the 9th. So even though most shareholders don't really like capital raisings, these type of companies have to do capital raisings all the time. Now, they haven't mentioned any particulars of the capital raising just yet. They're just proposing capital raising. So the worst case scenario for shareholders is if this is just a placement to institutions at a significant discount to the current share price. A best case scenario for shareholders is if they can participate in the capital raising at not much of a discount to the current share price. So that's probably the best case scenario, because if the capital raising is done at a significant discount to the current share price, I don't think that will be kindly looked upon, but particularly because of what happened on May the 9th, with the share price rising 137% in one single day. So all eyes are now on Voltaic Strategic Resources and the particulars of this proposed capital raising. Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. Whenever a company's share price rises by 137% in one single day on absolutely massive volume, and the reason it does that is because of an announcement the company releases, I am naturally going to be interested in that company, particularly if I have never heard of the company before. And that is definitely true for the company I'll be featuring in today's video, Voltaic Strategic Resources. This company hasn't been around long on the ASX. In fact, it relisted on the ASX as Voltaic Strategic Resources in October last year. It was under a different name, Eon NRG, something like that. And even that name I don't know much about, but they were an oil gas exploration company. They completely failed in that endeavor. And then when they relisted, they raised about $4 million, and they bought quite a few projects in Australia and also in the United States. Now, what this company now does is actually in its name. Voltaic is sort of like a homage to Alessandro Volta, who is credited with the discovery of the first battery, which should give you a clue what else they are doing, and also strategic resources. So they are pursuing the discovery of tier 1 mineral deposits that can be used to meet the resource needs of society. For example, we're talking about lithium, cobalt, gold, copper, rare earth elements, nickel, those sort of elements. Hence the name of the company, Voltaic Strategic Resources. When the company relisted back in October of 2022, they did raise that capital to buy or get a position in some projects throughout West Australia and also in Nevada, USA. So in the Gascoyne region, I'm going to really focus on the Gascoyne region because the reason why the share price rose 137% was because of one of their projects in that Gascoyne region. So in that area, they're focusing on emerging critical minerals. We're talking about rare earth elements, lithium, nickel, copper, cobalt, and PGE, and also have projects in the Mikathara region, established gold district with 2 vanadium development projects, and also in the Stillwater range of Nevada, USA. We're talking about nickel, copper, and cobalt. And one of those projects looks like it was a formerly producing cobalt mine. But the whole reason why the market got excited about this company on May the 9th was because of one of their projects in the Gascoyne region. So let's have a look at that particular project. In the Gascoyne region, they do have 4 projects Kuline, Talga, Paddy's Well, and the project I'm focusing on in today's video is Tea Tree. That Tea Tree project is focused on lithium, 200 square kilometer project with no prior systematic exploration for lithium. So let's have a look at the announcement that got the market excited about Voltaic Strategic Resources and why the share price rose 137% on massive volume. And this is the announcement that caused all the excitement. Now, I am no geologist. I am no expert on reading these sort of announcements. And the best way to gauge how the market reacts or how the market thinks about these announcements is just look at the share price action and volume. So when you see share price rising 137% on massive volume, and I'll talk about the massive volume when we look at the chart because that's really important. That should give you an idea that the market really likes what's included within this particular announcement. So Tea Tree Project maiden drill campaign update, significant width pegmatites intercepted from Sevis, and they go through some of these interceptions. And to be honest with you, when I read this sort of information, it just goes straight over my head. So again, I am no geologist, but again, you don't have to be a geologist to know whether the market likes or dislikes this particular type of announcement. Now, let's have a look at a daily chart for Voltaic Strategic Resources. I am recording this video at 9:30 a.m. on the 10th of May, so the market hasn't quite opened yet. The indicative price is up for Voltaic Strategic Resources at this point in time, but that does not mean the share price will close higher or close lower. In fact, I do expect a fair bit of volatility in Voltaic Strategic Resources share price, not only today, but over the next few days, because without doubt, there are quite a few day traders interested in this company, and day traders can be quite fickle. They can be in and out of a company within minutes if it doesn't go their way or if it does go their way. So I would expect a fair bit of volatility, not only today, but the next few trading days. In fact, there was a fair bit of volatility on the 9th of May when they did release the announcement. In fact, the share price went to a high of about 8.1 cents and then closed at 6.4 cents. So the one negative I can find with this chart is just a little bit of selling that did drive the share price down from 8.1 to 6.4. I would prefer the share price to close near the high. So I do expect a little bit of volatility during the rest of today, which is the 10th of May, probably leading also into the rest of the trading week. Now, onto the volume. And I've already mentioned there was massive volume. So when you describe massive volume or think of massive volume, you have to compare the volume traded on that day to previous days. And when you look at the last 6 months for Voltaic Strategic Resources, the previous highest volume traded day was about 50 million shares. On a typical day, you have 1 or 2 million shares traded in this company, not 360 million. Now, in TradingView, it says there was about 240 million shares traded. I don't think that it also includes CHX, which is another exchange. And if you do look at, or go to ComSec, the trade history, it says there was 389.7 million shares traded. I think that also not only includes ASX, but it also includes shares. So that's the number I do use, 389.7 million shares traded. The previous day, 8th of May, only 2 million shares traded. So again, massive volume came in on this day for Voltaic Strategic Resources, and no doubt day traders helped that volume, because this is a sort of announcement, the sort of reaction from the market that day traders do get excited. That's why I think you're going to see a lot of volatility in the next few days for this company, and you will see high volume continue. More than likely, the volume will start dropping off as day traders find the next plaything on the ASX. So I have no idea which way the share price is going to go from here. Share price is at a 6-month high for this company, but because this company did have a long period of time when it wasn't trading, and when I say long period of time, I'm just going to go to TradingView right now. You can't see this, what I'm doing, but I'm just going to TradingView. And before they relisted, which was the 5th of October 2022, the previous day they traded was the 6th of May 2020. So we're talking about an over 2-year period where shares in this company wasn't traded. And that was when they were called Eon NRG. And before that, the share price just nosedived. So there might be still a lot of shareholders who had shares in this company well before they were Voltaic Strategic Resources, who are still trying to sell their shares. And even if they sell their shares now, they will still be underwater. So there still might be a little bit of resistance. And maybe that's why the share price did, or there was a little bit of selling during the day, because some of those really old shareholders in that old company found the opportunity to sell out when the share price rose like 150% in one single day. It is always exciting to bring you a company I've never heard of before and have never featured in one of my videos. And that's definitely true for Voltaic Strategic Resources. Just did a little bit of research on this company. And to be honest with you, even though the market did react really kindly to their announcement on the May the 9th, share price up 137% on massive volume, I don't see any reason to get overly excited about this company, because they're exploring in a lot of spaces, in a lot of for a lot of elements that are quite fancy today, like lithium, rare earth elements, copper, gold. So who knows what the future is in store for this company. I think you're going to see a lot of volatility remaining over the next few days at least. And if the company keeps releasing positive announcements to the market, maybe the share price will keep on moving up. Who knows? And that's the thing about these sort of companies. There's a lot of speculation, and you do have to have a high risk tolerance to be a shareholder of these type of companies. So if you do have any thoughts about this company, or maybe what they're doing, if you know more about Voltaic Strategic Resources than what I know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this company. So leave those in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I am not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.